Hello and welcome everyone back to another video. My name is DJ Kad, and today I will be your host and explaining why you, the winner because you chose to watch this video, should not miss out on this potential 85x or more. As you can see in front of you in this chart, a very solid classic wake-off accumulation pattern emerging right in front of us. Guys, we're talking about TitanX, the one and only project with so innovative, worthy enough to turn the tides from changing the narrative of the bull run to go from meme coins, the ones that we are desensitized thanks to Solana, where there's like 2,000 meme coins launching in a day from pumped up fun, and changing the tides to make the narrative back to DeFi. Guys, we're talking about DeFi 2.0. This is the project. It's an oracle. It's an ecosystem. It is a strong community, a cult, okay, that you want to be a part of. This video answers all your questions. What is TitanX? How can I invest in TitanX? What are the different ways you can be making money within TitanX? I got you. Watch the whole video through. Get your pen, get your notebooks, start writing things down. I'm going to try to keep it slow. I'm going to try to keep it very effective in my communication. I don't want to ramble too much, but at the same time, I want you guys to be on the same level of information that I have about TitanX, because I truly do believe shared knowledge is equal to knowledge squared. So it's a win-win for both of us. I really hope you guys appreciate these videos. Guys, do remember, before we jump into this video, a big thank you to the people who are choosing to support my small channel by becoming a YouTube member. So thank you very much, the DeFi Insiders. And of course, the highlighted comment goes to Hexman. Really enjoying your content. I've been DCAing since January 2022. Hold TitanX, Blaze, Inferno, Hex, Pulsechain, Pulse, PDAI, and that's it. I'm all in on those two ecosystems. Shout out to you, my guy. That's beautiful, by the way. Shout out to the people who are watching me from Pulsechain. Shout out to the people who are watching from the TitanX community. Guys, it's all about honestly diversifying. I'm in on both. Of course, Ethereum is going to be crazy, and of course, Pulsechain is going to be crazy. That's for another topic. Today, let's keep it in scope. So, in front of you, you can see the chart. This is TitanX. This is the main project token, right? I mentioned there's a whole ecosystem. This is part of the hashtag build on TitanX that you guys can see on Twitter as well. Speaking of Twitter, go follow me on my Twitter. I've been making a lot of tweets. Guys, don't miss out on it as well. And don't be left alone in this upcoming bull run, okay? So a lot of people can, get into self-doubting themselves because of the bear trap that we're in. If you're looking at the chart every single day and you look at this, Ethereum, being rejected at the 2.4K level, touching, the 2.2 is kind of scary, etc. Some people might sell at a loss and realize their losses, and that's not really great. Okay, so join these communities. Mine is the link in the description. The farmers community is absolutely free. Obviously, be part of the community, join us, part of the ride, guys. And yeah, you can ask questions to me or ask and be part of the community, etc. So anyways, link to that in the description. Going back to it, this is TitanX. We're going to start by looking at the white paper. Now, it's a kind of a not really a big white paper, but there's a lot to read, so I'm only gonna kind of go through the first page here, and then I'm just going to take you guys through the website and explain everything. But to keep it very simple, we're going to read the main fundamentals of TitanX. A quick, stats about TitanX. Is a project on the Ethereum mainnet, okay, that has launched 10 months and 14 days ago. It's a very beautiful looking chart, as you guys can see. Obviously, kind of the hype phase, and then obviously slowly we're correcting the price. I believe we absolutely locked in the bottom, and we have bounced back a 4.7x. You have to add in 1x, by the way, here, which is absolutely crazy. You can look at the RSI. This is why, guys, TA obviously works on the crypto side as well. I've seen a lot of people, kind of neglect that. TA does indeed work, and of course, you also do need to do, social media, market sentiment analysis, and etc. But anyways, this is the chart, and this is my prediction, the white line. I do remember this is not financial advice, but this is how I think it could go. Okay, it could go like that, a solid wick off accumulation kind of chart. Shout out to this guy. I'm using him as credit as well. This one setup allowed me to leave my 9-to-5 job making 100K per month. Now obviously this is a little bit of a clickbait. He's not making 100K, but you never know. He could be making 100K, I don't know, per 6 months, 100K per year, which is actually still pretty damn solid. You know what I mean? And you can see this is the chart again. That's part of your own research right now. That's your homework to look into it. And then there's a second token that we're going to be looking into today. This is a subset of TitanX. Do you remember? TitanX is the main token. Okay, it's the main oracle. There's a lot of projects that are built around it to burn TitanX, to make this token right here that you see, that started off being, you know, inflationary, to hopefully to becoming deflationary. Okay, there's been a lot of burning that has happened so far. I'm going to show you guys exactly the stats as well. This is the main website. Don't worry, I'm going to be explaining everything. Yeah, let's go back to the white paper, and we're going to read everything in chronological order. The sole design purpose for TitanX is to reduce supply, as I just said, add programmatic buy pressure through smart contracts, and drive demand to the ecosystem through various avenues, and gain theory mechanics. Beautiful. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about TitanX, and honestly, in a way, you can think of it as a certificate of deposit where you can literally lock up your tokens, okay, and pay with time, delaying your gratification. You get a nice bounty at the end of it because you delayed your gratification. Kind of reminds me of Hex. But also at the same time, I've heard people say that TitanX is the Hex 2.0, the better Hex. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts about it. Why? Because when you get paid in Ethereum. You know what I mean? Unlike with Hex, you get paid with Hex, which then is like kind of like this self-reflecting token, which is not really the best thing, because then now for people to realize their gains, they have to sell on the chart, dump the chart, ruin the chart, etc. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. I'm very bullish on Hex, by the way, but this is just a comparison, and I absolutely understand that, because in TitanX, you can make miners that basically mints you. Right, because you own them now, it mints you TitanX tokens, or you can become a staker, where you lock it up. Again, it's locked staking. That staking gives you shares, part of the payouts. Now, I'm going to quickly deviate. I know I just changed my mind here, but I think because we're going with the flow, this is the payouts. Once you stake, okay, you can stake them for, you know, anytime from, I don't know, 10 days up until 10 years. Okay, if you believe in this project long term, I'm keeping my stuff for 10 years because I don't really care about the stake itself. I care about the sub product, the byproduct, okay, which is basically the shares that I'm going to receive. So the shares will basically give me a portion of the payouts that happens every 8 days, every 28 days, every 90 days, and every 369 days, and etc. There's more. Right? And it keeps looping and looping, right? It's literal paydays. And actually, I do remember this one, the day 369, we're very close to. I think there's only 40 days left. And I think mine, I have a pretty decent pay waiting for me there. Now, we're going to get to that in a second. Should you stake today? Should you create miners today as well? Don't worry, you're going to be answering all of that, okay? I'm going to give you guys my honest, truthful opinion about everything and what you want to look out for, because of course there's a lot of different metas, and things change every the meta changes slightly as time goes on, and you never know. Okay, miners can become the next wave of miners can become soon. So if you actually create a miner now and delay your gratification and kind of bet that in the future miners will become very high in value, you've already started your miners. So, you know what I mean? Supply and demand, you're already there when you're waiting for 99% of, traders and investors to come into TitanX. You know what I mean? You're going to be making tons of money. That's truly how it is. At the end of the day, you buy and hodl. That's how you win big in crypto, guys, honestly. Anyways, going back to it, let's not get sidetracked. TitanX has staking mechanics where users can earn massive Ethereum yield compared to other cryptos. To do so, they have to lock up their coins for a certain duration. The longer they lock, the more ETH yield they get. Simple as that, as I told you. This mimics a certificate of deposit system used in banks. When these users are locked to earn yield, they can't sell. When they can't sell, there is less TitanX on the market, so it becomes more scarce and more valuable to get. They, in essence, get rewarded handsomely for protecting the price. Beautiful. Because of the supply lockup mechanisms inside of TitanX, that also means the liquidity pool for TitanX will be able to be kept small so that the buy and burn has maximum effect on pushing the price and burning supply off of market forever. TitanX also has a proof of burn 2.0, and I'm going to quickly skip over this. This is basically for builders, which is pretty beautiful. Is literally what you see right here. This is a beautiful website, TitanXHub.com. Big shout out to Mike Dean for making this. This shows, you know, the vast ecosystem that is absolutely expanding. This all is revolving around one token, guys. All these projects revolving around one token, one contribution, one goal, which is to burn this token right here, guys. Okay, do you wanna end the video very short right now? Okay, the number one thing that you can do to take advantage of all of this is to buy this token TitanX and hold it. That's it. Hold it, because as time goes and goes, more of the token is being burnt. It will become deflationary. Okay, the supply and demand, the economics is going to change. Okay, making miners is going to be super expensive. People will want your tokens, but you have them. And now the market itself has even less tokens in circulation. Okay, it's as simple as that. It's a more aggressive version of the halving of Bitcoin. It's very smart, guys. I'm telling you, this innovation is a type of level of innovation that truly can turn the tides within the bull run, guys. Okay, when retailers are going to be making their 4 or 5 X's within by holding Bitcoin and Ethereum, after that, this is when altcoin season starts, by the way, usually when Ethereum and Bitcoin moves first, right? And then now you expect the altcoins to move second, right? After, they're going to look around, they're going to start shopping. They're like, okay, I made my 5x, which is pretty cool, right? This is literally a dream of a stock market guy to make 100%, yet alone 500%. Now they're going to start shopping around and be like, oh, I've heard of these altcoins where I can make 10x, 50x. They're going to look around. They're going to see TitanX. Okay, they're going to see TitanX. Guess what? We're going to be waiting right there. Front row seats already taken. Because you've been watching my videos from now. This is information asymmetry. This is what you're subscribing for. We're going to be standing in the front row right there. You know what I mean? Us. We're going to welcome them. Come on in. You want to make a 10x? Go ahead. Go ahead. And this is us with our bags that we held. We already held for 100x plus. But they'll be happy to make it 10x. We'll be happy to make a 10x over our 100x. Do the maths. How many x is that? Yeah. This is how it works, guys. Okay? Make the best out of it. Are you going to be happy with just making a 5x? Or do you want to, you know what I mean? Do you want to risk a little bit more and make even more money? How many bull runs happens every 4 years? 1. Make the best of it. Make the best of it. Okay? Would you rather wait and then find out, oh yeah, TitanX did 100x, I now want to jump in and then buy? Or would you rather buy and then wait? Not financial advice. Not financial advice. I actually can't give you financial advice. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Okay, I don't have no crystal ball. You know what I mean? So yeah, keep that in mind. Anyways, going back to it. I hope you guys are understanding my thought process behind things here and there. Constant buy and burning from miners getting started makes TitanX more and more scarce to obtain over time. This buying happens programmatically through smart contracts and is completely decentralized, and all public functions are called by users. Every day through the daily update function, the amount of TitanX that can be mined is reduced and becomes more expensive to mine over time, increasing Ethereum cost. This is more aggressive version of the 4-year Bitcoin halving. The TitanX daily reductions add up to more than 1 halving per year, plus the Ethereum cost increase. This pushes up the cost of production floor over time as it becomes harder and harder to produce 1 TitanX as time goes on. 5 fundamentals, basically this summarizes everything. Massive buy and burn pressure on small liquidity pools, large portion of supply staked because users want massive Ethereum payouts. I'm going to show you guys the pie chart in a second. Large portion of supply burnt because users want to participate in projects plus get Ethereum payouts. Becomes harder and more expensive to create miners, I believe, miners with everyday passing. Future supply miners are burnable as well, creating a supply squeeze on future TitanX. Also, here it just talks about how TitanX is a leverage play of Ethereum. I've already said that on my Twitter right here. Outclass TitanX as DeFi 2.0 with proof of burn innovation. Build on TitanX will only solidify the Oracle TitanX. And then I mentioned here, DragonX is a huge success story. Can't wait for Hydra. Now, that DragonX, guys, is another token that is a winner to just buy and hold. And fortunately, you're watching this video now. Unfortunately, you did already miss the 52x, but it still is at 52 million market cap. This is literally still a low cap, by the way, in actual definitions. Because imagine from this, how many x's is this away from to 5 billion market cap? Do the maths. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm talking about in terms of using TA, because if you actually had the super trend on the daily candle, it literally flipped green and never flipped red since 16th of April, which is absolutely crazy to me. Crazy to me how a lot of people could miss this. Okay, so yeah, use TA, and it's so crazy because look at this, like it's a huge red candle, and it's kind of reminds me of this image. Okay, I'm gonna again credits to your friend Somi, crazy good YouTuber, guys. I definitely vouch for him. Number one and most valuable crypto YouTube channel that's free as well in all of YouTube. I definitely admit it as well. I've listened to a lot of his videos as I treadmill. Anyways, that's besides the point. What am I talking about? Going back to Shiba Inu, this is a story, guys. How crypto moves. It really doesn't move just in straight lines where it just goes up and up and up. No. Even with Shiba Inu, things move in waves where you have the initial hype phase, whatever you call the motive phase, right? And then you have the correction phase, kind of like the Elliott wave theory. Do you know what I mean? You can see here, it pumps and then a minus 99%, and then a 700x, and then minus a 96%, and then a literal 30, 700, and then a 30, wait, what? I was going to say 31x. That's a 3,150x, guys. This is the previous bull market, by the way. Absolutely crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are the waves where it literally washes people out, and it literally redistributes the tokens to the diamond holders, and they get paid. Imagine if you want to day trade this, you want to make, I'm making 5%. Oh yeah, I'm 5% every few days. Swing trading, day trading. But if you literally just hodled it through the FUD, through the low volume days, literally, as you can see from here, look at this. Like, people probably who bought here, and then, obviously they had to endure the minus 95%. They're like, oh my God, I just wasted my money. And then you have these days where, look at the volume, by the way. Look at the volume on these days. 16K, 13K, 2K volume. Whoever was buying here is absolutely winning big right now. Buy when everyone else is not buying. Okay? Really, truly do believe it. Like, when people say, oh, be greedy when everyone's fearful, be fearful when everyone's greedy. Like, truly understand it. Dissect it. Like, how can we turn this into actionable rules that I can write down? You know what I mean? Treat yourself as if you're an actual crypto trading bot with no emotional no emotional responses. Okay, so keep that. I mean, it's the same thing with TitanX, guys. Look at this. Kind of from all-time high, it literally did a 99%, or from here, let's say, it literally did a 98.9%. Guess what? From the bottom, you're up a 5x. Okay, add another 1x, by the way. You add another, that's a 5x, guys. Okay, and imagine DCAing around these times. Okay, we had confirmations here. You can see this confirmation of the bottom right here. It bounced off the support level. You know what I mean? And then it bounced off again. And then now we're creating basically a staircase. Higher highs, higher lows. Beautiful. Okay, and then I think right now we're kind of in this confirmation phase. This is why I'm making this video. It's perfect timing. Anyways, we're going to quickly jump into the tutorial side. You want to buy this token, you want to invest in it, how can you do it? I'm going to start from the basics. If you are starting with literal just cash in the bank, fiat currency, and you want to buy it, I suggest using Change Now, link in the description. Let me quickly just double check how long the video is. Okay, 19 minutes, not bad. So yeah, if you want to buy it from fiat and then straight up, you need to buy Ethereum. Okay, so number one, you can use whatever currency you need. Or if you have other currencies from, let's say Binance Smart Chain, you can click this button, click BNB, and then change that to Ethereum. And then yada yada, follow it. It literally will be in your wallet in under 5 minutes, honestly. Okay, now before we're into that, let's say you don't have a wallet. How can you, you have a Binance, which is a centralized exchange, not a custodial, or sorry, a non-custodial wallet. You want to have a hot wallet, basically, that is a custodial wallet, which is basically the one that I'm going to be recommending is MetaMask. Okay, this one you can either have it on your phone or you can have it as a browser extension. I'm going to leave the link in the description. I suggest you don't use your phone at all for crypto stuff, in my opinion. But again, if you don't have access to a laptop or anything else, that's absolutely fine. You can do everything that I'm doing in this video in your phone, so don't worry about it. I'm just talking about security reasons. Just please make sure your phone is secure, backed up, locked up, so even if it's lost, it's going to be password locked. And maybe enable the feature like in Apple or in Google, where if you lost your phone and you couldn't retrieve it, there's a button where you can click wipe data. Okay, so back up your images, whatever, every now and then. And of course, worst case scenario, if you couldn't find your phone, click that button, and then at least you'll know that whoever has your phone won't be able to access anything else because everything's wiped. So this is why when you make your wallet and generate it, it will give you your passphrase, your 12-word passphrase. Save that not on a digital document. Honestly, I would save that somewhere physical, and then keep it safe, keep it secret as well, and never share it with anyone. I would never DM you, ask you for money, or ask you for any password phrase, or ask you to download anything shady, or tell me any personally identifiable information. Okay, please keep that in mind. So yeah, keep that to yourself. That's how you get the MetaMask wallet, and it will be something like this, easy, as simple as that. You can use Change Now to buy you the Ethereum, or bridge over from other coins. Simple as that as well. Next up, you want to go to the decentralized exchange, the one that's native to Ethereum. So this is going to be your one-stop shop in making most of your transactions within Ethereum. It's called Uniswap. Pretty good. So yeah, how can you buy TitanX? How can you buy DragonX? You want to just buy and hold them, invest in them. When you want to do, open the, this page, which I'm going to leave the chart link in the description. It's called Deck Screener. This is a website where you can retrieve live chart data, chart analysis, whatever you call it. It's called Deck Screener. It's a very good tool, powerful tool, as powerful as you are. So as well, get comfortable with the tool, look around, explore. And yeah, click this button, which is basically the copy button to copy the contract of the token, which is right here as well, TitanX. Copy that, grab it here, come back to Uniswap, and then paste it. And then now you can buy whatever amount of TitanX you want. You can go 0.01. Let's say, for example, to buy $23. And I already have some TitanX. I'm going to be using that in this video. So I'm going to instead buy DragonX. So I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to copy the contract of DragonX, go back to Uniswap. Oh, I don't know what happened there. We're going to be pasting my, DragonX right there. You see that? And then I'm going to be buying 0.01 because of the gas fees are super cheap. This is the perfect time for you to be making your, kind of transactions as well. Sometimes, by the way, if you want to change your estimated fee, and if you want to try to change as much as possible, you can click on the low gas option once you click on the pen, but it is at risk of, could be denied. But most of the times it does work, and it could save you some gas fees. But right now, this one is going to take around $1 to $2 worth of gas fees. That's not bad, especially in Ethereum, by the way. Literally half a year ago, things were at like $100 per transaction. So yeah, keep that in mind. We live in such a, this is truly Ethereum. This is why I'm a true believer in Pulsechain as well. The whole point of Pulsechain was to deload Ethereum, but again, that's just another topic. But I'm heavy on Pulsechain. But anyways, Ethereum is the land of whales at the end of the day, so you can't argue with that. This is where the big money is made, so you have to unfortunately pay for it. You know what I mean? Anyways, now it is pending indeed. Now, it also could be because of the fact that I changed it to slow, but we're going to wait a little bit until we get DragonX. But now as well, we can confirm that I do have TitanX. So if I quickly pasted this, you can see that I do have TitanX. And how much do I have of it? $24. Same thing right now as well. I have my transaction. So if I go DragonX, you can see I have $22 of that as well. So next up, If we go to the website, this is TitanX. If we go to more, and then actually, sorry, if we go to the stats, this is the main stats of the token, TitanX itself. This is where, you should keep an eye on as well. Liquid percentage, this is 35.8%. That means how much of the tokens is held in people's wallets. So liquid, I'm holding liquid Titan. That's one way of becoming a player. You remember when I told you at the beginning of this video? Yeah, that's one way of becoming a player within the ecosystem is literally just to buy and hold TitanX. Wait till the price goes up. You can take profits along the way, whatever it is. You know what I mean? This is definitely 100x plus potential. Guys, we're talking about bull run. Okay, we're in altcoin season category. 100x's is not out of the ordinary. We're looking at hundreds of x's. Do you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Not financial advice at the end of the day, though. And then you have here a portion staked. So this is locked, basically. And then a big portion right here, which is 36.55%, which is the majority, the biggest piece of the pie, is bought and burnt. Okay, absolutely crazy. This token, guys, we saw that this is basically an 11-month-old or 10-month-old project. Let's double check real quick. Here, yeah, 10 month and 15 days old of a project, and it has literally already burnt 36.55% of its own token. And then you can see other parts. These are the other protocols, really. And then you have penalties here, unfortunately, the people who missed out on retrieving their miners, etc. And a small part here, user burnt, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is a really good stats. It's being updated in real time. Again, if you want to mine, this is basically the second way of becoming a player within this. So this is the miner. This is the thing that I talked about, where it costs you a TitanX. So you need, oh, sorry, apologies. It costs you Ethereum to create miners, and it will mint you TitanX because it's basically ownership. It's a huge part of this ecosystem is basically ownership. You mint your own tokens, etc., etc. So these are the variables that you can amend. Miner length, this is the days that it's locked for, the days that every single day the miner will be working for. Okay, now as days goes on, the cost of making a miner goes up. The cost of how effective a miner is goes down as well, and as well, the cost of Ethereum can increase, which makes it expensive as well. So I'm going to quickly show you that part in the virtual mining. This is what it's called. You can see here, this is the formula, and you can see the graphs. It will show you in a second. Where was it? The graph, I believe it was not staking. Yeah, there we go. The daily update. Apologies. You can see here, ETH cost for miners goes up 0.08% every day, and then obviously the mineable TitanX goes down by 0.35% every single day. The T rank bonus, this is something as well. I'm not going to fully explain it. It's a little bit. It's just the rank bonus by being early. You know what I mean? Share rate as well. This is as well important. But you can see the variables. You can look into this as well. It does plateau at a certain time. The x-axis is the days, by the way. So keep that in mind. We're still part of that bonding where we're still slowly becoming more and more expensive, basically. And as well, obviously, it's subject to become even more expensive if Ethereum itself gets more and more expensive. So right now, when you look at it, you can see here, if I did a 50 powered miner, I want to lock it up for, let's say 4 months, 120 days, it will cost me $303. Now it does say the market value is $112, which is basically an ROI of negative 62%. So it doesn't make sense for me to create this miner, because basically in 120 days, if the price of TitanX stayed the same, if the price of Ethereum stays the same, I'm only going to be getting back $112, which basically means I lost money. What's the point? So this is the part where I honestly say you're better off to hold TitanX liquid first. This is a huge bet right now, because if you're betting that in 4 months or in 200 days, TitanX will be, let's say 50x or 10x the price of today. If it is indeed the 10x the price of today, it would basically mean it's this number right here times 10, right? You know what I mean? You've paid $303 today for a miner. In 200 days, that's going to be worth 1.6k. Okay. Is it going to happen? That's a bet that that's a risk that you need to manage. Segment your risks, diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket at the end of the day. And of course, this has only to be risk capital, but it's up to you. Now, we still have people that, shout out to this guy, by the way, Bartertown Conglomerate. He is absolutely getting the bounties of delaying his gratification, because look, this is literally from today. He had a miner that's been released that gave him a 300% ROI, because he created this miner from last year in December, 6th of December, and then today at the 11th of September has turned his, $392 at that time costed him to 1.5k. So he did the bet, and then today, at these prices, it is a huge profit. 300% is pretty damn decent. So yeah, you know what I mean? You can be like him, or at the same time, you can be a player through just holding TitanX. As I said, as time goes on, I truly do believe the buy and burn pressure. People want to buy it off the market, and as well, it's being burnt. It's going to be deflationary as well. It's going to be crazy. You know what I mean? Ethereum is going to be more expensive. TitanX is generally going to be more expensive because it's linked to Ethereum. So many different reasons that this token, the demand of it will outrun the supply that is trying to that is required from the demand. So you know what I mean, up to you guys, but that's one of the ways, which is being a miner. Now the second way as well is staking. With staking, this one you actually need to give in your TitanX, and then obviously you have to mention you have to lock the staking for a certain time. I already kind of explained it at the beginning of the video, where obviously some people just put in the whole 10 years, which is 3,500 days, and then you get a share or a certain amount of shares from it that gives you access to the the payouts that happens frequently. 8-day payout every single 8 days. There's going to be a payout every single 28 days. There's a payout. Now, this is my personal opinion. The payouts staking within TitanX is not worth it. Okay, just because of the other ecosystems that I mentioned here. It basically kind of diluted the share. It makes it super competitive for you, because even if you enter today, your shares will be diluted because of other projects are contributing to it. So it's not the best method to do it within TitanX. Okay, with TitanX, hold it liquid, hold the token liquid, or if you want to really bet and risk your money, you can make miners that will unlock in 200 days and 150 days, whatever, up to you. And then you might think, okay, what if this token is, has done a 20x? Remember, if it did a 20x, then that means that miner that you're betting on will go from being worth $419 to 20x that, $8,000. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's the second way. Staking is the third way. The fourth way that not a lot of people talk about, that I'm going to be explaining today as well, is supplying liquidity. Now, I'm going to quickly go through that. I'm really aware of time. It's 32 minutes. Hopefully, it won't take another 8 minutes to explain this. Basically, providing liquidity, as you can see, this is all V3. So V3 is different from V2 liquidity pool supply. I don't really want to, I'm going to quickly describe the differences. V2 is symmetric liquidity, where you have to supply equal amounts of value on both ends of a token, which is basically the pair, right? It's like an ATM machine, where you're providing money to the ATM machine to allow people to buy or sell a token, right? From token A to token B, or to token B to token A. You're providing money, liquidity, to allow people to go from one to other, right? V3 is different. V3, first of all, is representing it in NFT form, because it has variables that you can change. Because you can now have your liquidity be only available in a certain price range. The tighter the price range, the more yield you'll make in proportion to the value that you're providing. This is really good for people who are, smaller players who are new to liquidity, who want to start small, because now actually the tighter that you make it, the more yield you make from it. Okay, especially that you're in Ethereum. You're going to make a good amount of yield. We're going to be showing you guys right now actually how you can calculate APRs, or how you can extract the APRs. So I'm going to copy TitanX. We're going to go to Uniswap. We're going to click on Explore. We're going to click on Pools. I'm going to type in the contract address. You click on it, and then you just click Understand, and then you want to scroll down and click on Pools. Now it will show you the different pools that are available. You can see that there's this pool here with 0.3%. This is a buy fee. but thankfully majority of the majority of people who are trading and liquidity suppliers are in the 1%, because 1% fee per transaction is actually pretty good for us liquidity providers. So let's click on this one, or sorry, actually let's go back real quick. If you go in pools, you can see the APR is right there, 131% APR, and this one's 194% APR, which is fair enough, because even though this is actually less yield percentage compared to this, so how is this giving more APR? And it's because you have to look at something which is the ratio between liquidity and volume. Okay, the lower the liquidity in comparison to the volume, the more portion you will have. That means the less competition there is. So you need to enter a pool that has a lot of volume but less liquidity, because that means there's not a lot of people within that pool that's supplying. So when you go in, you're going to be a bigger player in portion. So this is why this is really good. So this is why use this tool, the Explorer tool, so you can make up your own strategies really. So even though yes, you're making less on the fees, but because of the higher volume, it ends up being better APR regardless compared to the 1%. So we're going to kind of do the same thing with DragonX, and this is kind of I'm going to give an example here. We're going to type in DragonX contract, click understand if it shows you, and you're going to click on pools. You can see, guys, this APR is literally 918% APR. That is above 2% daily ROI, which is absolutely crazy. And here it tells you the TVL, and it tells you the 24-hour volume. Okay, we're going to quickly show that in a second, and then hold on, you're going to say, wait, the volume here is 218,000. That's because it's focusing on another liquidity, which is basically this one. Okay, the DragonX / wrapped ETH. There's a DragonX / TitanX. It is up to you to decide which one is better. Looking at the ratios, liquidity ratio here is 700, right? Liquidity, 700K in liquidity, and volume is 218. So we can quickly grab a calculator and kind of divide that to see. So 218 divided by 764, that is a 28%. So basically kind of looking at the ratio, right? Almost 1 to 4% ratio. Now, if we did the same, this is beautiful. 49K divided by 40K in liquidity. Yeah, this is a no-brainer for you to jump into this one, because the ratio is absolutely amazing. This is almost basically 1 to 1, if not the volume is even more than the liquidity. So this one is a no-brainer for you to jump in. It's a V3 in Uniswap. It tells you all the information here. This is why I love Dex Screener. So go back to it. This is basically it. But the fact that here it says, it says 40K liquidity, but here it shows what 16K liquidity. What does that mean? That's because, as I mentioned, V3 is a non-symmetric liquidity. Now, if you scroll down, it tells you more information. As you can see, Uniswap was actually referring to the Ethereum side. So this is the buy side, which is basically the pooled wrapped ETH. This is basically, you can consider it the real money, right? Which is actual $16,000 worth of wrapped Ethereum in the liquidity pool. And you can see here, DragonX, $24,000 worth of the token itself. And that's why Uniswap kind of disregards that. It's looking at actually the buy side, not the ask side of the liquidity. So that's why it says 16K. So anyways, this is a no-brainer to jump in. It shows you that, you can make 900, you can see in the pools right here, 918% APR. So I'm going to click on that, click on understand. I'm going to say add liquidity. It already sets that for you. You can see here 1% fee tier, 100% selected. That means 100% of everyone else selected this one as well. And then, yeah, this might look all overwhelming. Don't worry, take your time, by the way. It's always going to be the first step. It will be the hardest step, understandably. So I'm going to quickly do this in a second. If I did Ethereum, and if I did a refresh, and then now I'm going to make the thing, basically the range tighter so that I can make even more APR. I'm going to basically click on the maximum. You can click on one of the buttons, either maximum this or maximum that. But if I click on maximum Ethereum, I don't have enough DragonX to kind of back up the ratio. So I'm going to click on the max on the DragonX side, which is $23, here $11. And of course you can do more, by changing your mind really. But yeah, let's see real quick. So that means I'm basically this range, my liquidity pool will supply liquidity if within the price range where it goes minus 23% or above 28% from the price right now that we're looking, which is basically here. And today the price went up by 4.79%. So basically minus 23, which is like this all the way down here. I don't think it's going to really do that much of a correction. It could be, but I'm just anticipating that. So I'm going to keep it minus 20% just to keep the arbitrage, things, crypto is very volatile. And obviously the upside, I'm going to keep it maybe plus 23% as well. So I'm going to lower it to 23. So it will provide, it has already automatically calculated that. So yeah, everything looks pretty beautiful actually. So approve, that's how you supply liquidity. Approve that, only approve the amounts that you're willing to actually enter, just a good security. And then I'm just going to end the video there. I'm just going to give you guys an update on how much money I've actually made. I might add even more money into this. But do remember that actually adding liquidity at these times where Ethereum gas fees is so cheap is so crucial. So actually such a good opportunity. But do remember that, by the way, if the price goes out of range, you have to pull out the liquidity and then create a new position. So you have to keep in mind in terms of the fees that will cost. So it might cost you around, $3 or $4 really to do all that process over again. So maybe sometimes instead, if you want to make a position that's just full range, really, right? Full range, kind of like a V2 liquidity, which is where a range is not really a thing. It's just automatically infinite range, really. So you can do that as well, but look into the APR, research into it as well. So now if I go to pools, and then if I see, now I believe that it is loading my pools. No? Okay, I thought I basically 1 second. Let's quickly do that again. I'm not 100% sure. I thought I basically confirmed it. So I'm gonna do plus or minus 20 TitanX in the 1% fee. Yep, that's correct. I'm gonna click that. I have to click preview. Apologies. So yeah, once you click this and then you click add, it says in range. Obviously double checks everything. This kind of gives you the summary. Yeah, looks good to me. I'm gonna click on add, and then this is the actual fee itself, where here it will take, it's actually pretty cheap to create a V3 liquidity, so it's not bad at all. So I'm gonna click on confirm. Transaction submitted. It's pending right now, and then I'm going to quickly show you guys how it would look in the V3. So yeah, do remember that basically all I'm trying to say at the end of this video is that this is a huge ecosystem, guys. There's a lot of resources, a lot of things to read. Inferno, Blaze, shout out to them. DragonX is a successful project. There's Hyper, Helios, Baby DragonX, tons of things, and there's even Hydra, which is going to come very, very, very soon. So keep that in mind. This is something where if you think that you missed out on these other ecosystems, don't want to miss out on Hydra. It's a new opportunity, so keep that in mind. Anyways, going back to it, this one is added. When I go to view my liquidity, you can see here the total kind of value worth of it is $42. I was expecting it to show my, you can increase your liquidity. I was also expecting it to show an APR, but I guess maybe I have to wait a little bit for it to show APR. But yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. This is where your unclaimed fees will be. It will slowly accumulate. You can literally claim them every single, I don't know, hour if you want as well. But obviously you can keep it at 24 hours. It's really up to you, really. That's the beautiful part of V3, that you can separately collect your fees, but keep your liquidity intact, so you won't get them mixed up. So guys, listen. I know this video has been very overwhelming. I've explained to you how you can, create a MetaMask, basically what I use. I didn't really go deep into it because I think that should be part of your homework, where if you have gone through this, to remember that the first step is usually the hardest step. So if you've done all of this by yourself, use Change Now, link in the description, used MetaMask, created MetaMask, stored your password phrase in somewhere safe, secure, you didn't tell it to anyone, you're understanding how things work here and there, well done. Don't overlook the cybersecurity side of the crypto world. As I said, if you're only going to be using your phone, make sure your phone is backed up, has passwords enabled. Make sure that you have things where you can track your phone location from another device, right? Just in case, God forbid. And also, if you have the worst, final resort, which is basically wipe data off my phone, you need to have that accessible as well, guys. Okay, at the end of the day. But Guys, listen, I'm going to end the video there. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Go follow me on my Twitter. Go join my Telegram, link in the description. I've explained to you guys today the different ways you can enter and make money within TitanX. The 4 ways, which is basically buying and holding TitanX, doing miners, which is high risk, but you never know, very high reward. Staking within TitanX, not that worth it anymore within TitanX. I have to be honest with you guys. And then the 4th way, providing liquidity directly to TitanX, which is basically adding money to the ATM machine. Very, very cool way. This is how you can really make money from true passive income, because you're making it from the yields. This is true passive income. No Ponzinomics, no, none of that. This is why I really love TitanX, by the way. It truly is a project about ownership. It truly is an amazing innovation of a project. DeFi 2.0. Let's turn the tides of this bull run. Let's be early in this bull run. I hope you guys enjoyed this information asymmetry. Again, if you want to support me, you can support in multiple ways. You can be a YouTube member. You can buy me a coffee to keep me up at night, because it's almost midnight. I'm going to have to make a thumbnail before I sleep. And yeah, I'm going to go gym tomorrow. I really hope you guys appreciated this professional attire as well. I take you guys seriously. I really appreciate you guys. Listen, I'm going to end the video there. I'm getting very sleepy, but yeah, it's been a pleasure making videos for you guys as well. If you're new, subscribe, like, share this video with your friends. Get them onto crypto if you want. This could be a great video to show that as well. You know, things like liking and commenting, tell me what you guys think, and sharing it literally does help with the YouTube algorithm. That's your part of doing, you know, sharing the projects, which could have a knock-on effect. You know what I mean? Because if you like the video, the YouTube algorithm will suggest it to 10 more people who could be new investors as well. So anyways, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later. Take care.